So you see how like juicy I got it? Got put in a broiler. So it's like feel like going with so much juices. But it's pretty hot. So I'm just waiting a few minutes for it to cool down. That's why it looks all like, that's why the sauce melted. Because I put it on there and it's hot. I'm like, I don't even know how. Look, to me, the TV's so loud and stuff. So I'm gonna have to close that door. I'm just gonna. I'm still gonna try to use my phone, even though the phone don't have no internet. Like the phone still is gonna exist and stuff. I forgot what I'm. Oh my god. I was gonna say something. Oh no, that spicy mustard. Like, see, that's the spicy, and then I have the other one. But the spicy mustard is very good. It's a shock, and the other one was like, oh. But this is really good. I like these hot dogs. So you see, I put a little bit of butter, but I just put like a light amount. So that's how it's a little bit glistening looking. I put just a little bit of butter. I just put it over it. So like, oh, like one time my mom made like some type of hot dogs realistically. Hot dog link, hot dog sausage link, sausage. Now I'm gonna drink some water. I'm so thirsty. Oh, my tooth. But like, yeah, like the hot dogs is good and stuff. But now I look to think to have a different type of hot dog. Like to see like what it would taste like also. See like when the fucking bread is like that. Like I gotta fucking try to get it. Look how it looks. It makes me scared. I like to keep eating it from this end. Cause that's what's been happening. And then it goes back to the ending. I want to keep eating soft part. So now I have to bite this part. Look how my head is looking. But I have to get, oh, excuse me, I have to get, you see how I'm fucking doing? That's how I burp now sometimes. Oh, I'm about to knock out. Ooh, let me take a breather. I gotta keep getting that. I'm hungry, but I'm sleepy. Right now, that mustard is really good. Oh. Well, now my energy feels different because this is just Samsung private videos. So now my VIP subscribers have now turned into, now they're my Samsung viewers. Ooh, what can you get for dessert food? Dessert food. What am I gonna eat for dessert food? What the hell am I gonna do? I wanna eat dessert. Ooh, hold on, girl. Hold on. Wow. Mom, you wanna be in this video, Mom? Alright. So like pretty much like most all like the fucking TVs have like some type of similar like witchcraft stuff on it. Or whatever, stuff or whatever. But what it is now, they've ramped up the TV now. So now there is a movie that's supposed to be newer. That shit's not fake. But that's just not fake. So now that's the update. So now it's been a massive update. So realistically, some of the videos on the YouTube I have put out, how many different videos was there? It was quite a handful. And a lot of them were had similar message sayings, seemed like. But some of the videos, like I was talking, like kind of like talking a little. So now I'm about to start talking. But some of them, like my energy was like trying to be focused for like what I was doing. Like maybe if I was doing a mukbang, so then my energy would focus to try and focus for a mukbang. But do that. So like if I say, okay, I'm doing a mukbang. So then my energy was like set like that, but now it's just been some type of massive update. So you see these Debbie cakes, when I open them out, a lot of the chocolate just will automatically just stick onto the wrapping paper. And that just is like that, it just happens. So like I'm trying to get these off and I'm having trouble. But I'm trying not to make a mess, but it's fine. What it is, they've done stuff with the food a little. But pretty much it's been like some type of massive update. But to say update, so now it's not just a thing, oh, it's just keep guessing. Well, now, but that was kind of going on. But now some things is kind of about to start happening probably. And that shit is not fake. I think they slowly gonna start bringing people back. Slowly. So the stuff is already regular. So now they're gonna make like they had a Hollywood stuff already gonna go on now. But now it's to think that's happening. That energy that could be like that. But it's also to say there's people they live locally. Maybe they live in just being in their home and they watch the TV. But then there's the people that maybe might make like they have certain attitudes. Like if somebody could live in LA, but like if somebody has like a lot of money and everything. So that energy is out now, like to think, okay, things is happening. Like, oh, what did they say this? Oh, did they say that? Oh, they're gonna go there. But that's regular. So now things is regular. But that's not fake. So should I think to keep guessing? But some has done happened. Remember, it's been said that if it's anything negative, it's only gonna be racism. And now that shit is not fake. So now the racism restaurant's about to start happening. But I notice when I do have the marijuana, my energy really does go far out. Right now, that's what's going on. But my energy's right here, and I do feel regular. But if I have more marijuana, if I have more marijuana, I don't know, it could make me feel like super, super shocking. But those people things over there, they set for like the racism for horrible. But in the energy stuff, they blast the music. So now those things, they's not regular still. They probably do not have any private parts. So when they like drive around, their energy is like set like they's angry, but they don't have any private parts. But things is about to start happening back up. So if it was people out, those people things, they would start freaking out horrible. And it's just because there's racism people. The only thing not good is the horrible ass racism people. Oh, excuse me, those people things over there in them houses, those people is set to be like the horrible ass racism people things. So if I were to like go outside, it would be horrible. I'd say, holy crap. And then like my fucking heart rate would fucking shoot up and stuff. And then like it would just be like horrible or whatever. And the things might start yelling and stuff. Like the things already like throwing stuff at me. That shit is not fake. And the thing done cuss at me and stuff pretty much. Even though I think the thing is not even normal. Then if I start talking about the thing, then I think, am I going insane horrible? Cause I'm not trying to cuss about them things over there. That's why I think something is not good, but something is not regular. I don't think those people things over there have private parts. But some must be horrible though. Cause I've said for them people to turn into racism people things and have reactions. And all be put in microwaves. And that's not funny. So all that's gonna go on. But those things, what it is, I think they set stuck like blasting the music stuff. But now they probably wouldn't want that shit to be. I don't think that shit is fucking fake. Cause now them people's gonna be fucking put in microwaves. But I think when they blast the music and stuff, in their energy thing, they's doing that threatening. So if somebody were to say, oh, they think they're gonna be put in the oven thing and be put in the microwave stuff, the things might not would care. Cause if they blast the music, I think they's thinking they's threatening. So they only wanna act like that. So if somebody say, oh, they think they're gonna be put in the microwave, they wouldn't care. But some is not normal with the things. So, but something is going on with this thingies. But they's pretty much probably gonna start going insane horrible now. Because they wouldn't want to be turned into the horrible ass racism people things. All the people that's gonna be said in the countries just being on the phone, they gonna be the horrible racism things. So it's not gonna be like, oh, they look like they's white, but they stuff is set not good. But oh, maybe white people don't hang out with them. And maybe they might would say they don't care or whatever, but maybe they skin look white, but they make like they's not. That shit's not finna be. The racism people things is gonna look horrible. They supposed to look more so. They supposed to look better than everybody that exists and everything that exists. But they said like they would want to be rude about everything, I guess. But they's not gonna be a color or anything. And they not gonna eat anything at all. They just only gonna have a phone. That's just not fake. So, but the things like the energy thing have been said not normal, but now something is going on with the things. But nobody has to argue that. If anything is negative, it's just the people being put in the microwave. So those will be the only people be upset. So But what it is, this is what I believe. I believe the racism people things is gonna look so horrible. But they might be in whatever attitude things stop. So the shit is not gonna be funny. So I don't even know if anybody would even make like a view at one of the things. The racism thing is. But those people in them houses, they will turn into horrible ass racism things. I already seen it to be though. So, and even still, I could think somehow I had some type of thought, thinking, seeing. And I said, what the hell? Or whatever. I said, what the hell or whatever. Or not even maybe. But I think the things is going to turn into racism things. Ooh, excuse me, but remember what was all said and stuff? So what it is, the racism things that have been out, they's going insane, horrible probably. But they's not finna be living. So now they will not feel like to just care to act, just be on the phone stuff or act fun like for whatever song they might would blast in their car and stuff now. But some of the things like those things over there, somehow they energy think they might still be set to act like to have attitude stuff. But now somehow they might not want that at all or whatever. Because they wouldn't want to be the racism things. And plus the racism people, they're not even going to want to be the racism people things. So now what should somebody think? Should it be different language or not? Whatever it is, the racism people things, I don't know. I'm not going to argue about this stuff. But out here in Palm Bay is extremely shocking. Now it's just more so about people thinking for like life horror situations. Oh, excuse me, and like just guessing that up. Oh, pardon me, like guessing up different like horror living situations. I think the most horror stuff is like working. If somebody gotta work and then somebody gotta drive, then somebody has to go out other places to like run errands, because that's kind of a part of how to fucking try to just do regular. And then like somebody go insane, but the stuff is not good. So that's what's gonna start happening to those people things and stuff. Right, I was at the post office today. There was one of the things or whatever the things, and like they just make tough like pulling out their phone and stuff. That's how the things is set. That shit is not funny, but they's not normal. So, but they's not even regular. But that dude thing would turn into a thing for horrible. So it's not just to think the things just gonna be on the phone stuff. They're gonna be horrible ass racism things. And then on the news they said, oh, the man said, oh, the one restaurant in Mexico City, oh, everybody line up. They gonna have that. It's gonna be all the people that live there pretty much. Whoever the fuck might be at that restaurant and stuff. But if anything negative, it would be the racism things, just being on the phone. But they want to be in line and stuff, because the stuff seem like it's fun. So they would just want to be in a line to be on the phone. So the things ain't actually doing anything. They just would try to act like that. But now whether they think they's having fun or not, now the things will go insane horrible. Then there was a thingy, I was in the Winn-Dixie, then the thingy want to ask questions and stuff. I just walked away. So them things could go insane now and want to talk and ask for help and stuff. Oh, look at my toe. Uh-oh. Oh my God. What's going on? But those people things that live in them housings, they's gonna be putting the oven and stuff. But they said like they would only care about how loud they blast their music stuff to be threatening. And even if somebody was saying that, they energy said like they's not normal somehow. I don't think the things have private parts. Because some is not normal to even like think to cuss. And that's probably what it is. The things don't have private parts. Now it's a loud ass fucking sound on the TV. Because that shit is not fake. That's not funny. The stuff is not going to be good probably. So them things over there, they don't have no private parts. That's horrible. That's why, like, if they's out there and shit, the shit is not funny. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not cussing and stuff. This shit is horrible. Look at my toe. I'm gonna show my fuck. Look what it's still done. I'm having, like, circular issues with this toe right here. Right, so and then the people things when I was at the school and stuff that stepped on my feet, I just think they'll turn into horrible ass racism people thingies. And I just think they did that because they had reactions from looking at me because they scared of my skin color. So it freaked them out and they's not similar to me at all. So it make them go get angry, horrible or whatever. So they have reactions. So that's why they stepped on my feet. But whatever it is, the things like are gonna go insane horrible now. But what it is, nobody cares and stuff. Now people just want to see for the stuff to happen. But ain't nobody arguing this stuff though. That's why even still, I still just maybe try to guess up the energy stuff. But how I feel like now, I feel how I feel and everything right now. So, but they gonna have to have the stuff set, not like, oh, not. That means the stuff gonna be happening. But pretty much like Palm Bay, ooh, like look at my toe. So, and then my phone don't have internet. Like the gummy is sweet and stuff. But things could be shocking out here. Sometimes things could be shocking. I've been at some of the marijuana gummies and stuff. Now things seem like it's shocking. So the energy probably changes out here. Because even if I could think to try to have more marijuana gummy, right now I'm not. Only because I think things are so shocking. But I'm talking about for like how I feel. Like my energy levels feel like shocking. Like, and then when I have the marijuana gummy, it's sugar. So then like something happens with how I feel after. So maybe not immediately after biting the gummy and stuff, but after like however the marijuana might was settled, then maybe somehow the energy is released out. Then now the sugar, then that means the sugar is released. So then like I don't want to feel like gnawing like. So I feel like my energy levels, feelings is controlled and stuff. Because if I fucking had that gummy, it will make me go insane. And I had to hold on. But that's not fake. I think I go into the sugar shock. But I'm not arguing that or thinking that's negative or something, but that's more so just me saying that. But things is shocking though. And I just had some marijuana. What time was it? It had to have been around 12 o'clock. So now it's like 5, and like usually I'm not on my phone and stuff when I had a fucking marijuana. So like now like I'm getting like fucking nauseated thinking about it. The stuff could be bad and stuff now. You see like how I say like if I talk about the stuff, Like if I try to explain how it might feel, because it make me feel shocking. So you see how shocking? So what I know is true. I know I was born in Tampa, Florida, and I know I am a part of Florida for real. And I know what is true about here. And I know I have snake energy, and I'm a part of snake civilization. And there is a head snake woman. That's not fake. So I do believe I've been getting messages from the head snake woman. But the head snake woman knows me. It's just not fake. And then if I look at my eyeballs look shocking. Then my nose, how my nose looks and everything. And then my lips, and then like some of the fucking facial movements I could do up a little. Like, and then like how my eyes is looking. Right, so I know. But what it is now, there's been those people things out, and they want to try to act like they shocking, but they gonna go insane horrible. So now the things would try to like get off their phone stuff things, but that shit ain't gonna go on. So now it's just about thinking about the racism stuff. Look at my head. Racism stuff. But I'm not looking at these as like emergency messages, but what it is like when I had a marijuana when I'm on the phone, this shit is not funny. And then like, ooh, like my eyeballs is sensitive and stuff, but I think something goes on with the phone stuff. You see, like my eyeballs bothering me a little. But it's really to think about here, Pompeii. What is the working like? Somebody knows it's working. But if they had if anybody work anywhere, they can make the workplace however the fuck they want it. So somebody could do for strict atmosphere. Somebody could say the workplace life is good. But what it is, when it's the working, that's gonna be the working. So that don't mean somebody gotta argue, oh, do somebody have a house? If somebody's working, they's working. So that's why I'm saying, so the working gonna happen. So that's why it said the workplace for the working can be however it would be. So let's say they say NASA they're gonna do it. It's moderately strict, but people can still talk for real and have like impactful conversations and stuff like that and everything. And deep relationship talkings and insightings and stuff that's gonna go on. But what would ever attitudes be there? The work environment also. Or to say, to continue to say, right, so then somebody say, what's the atmosphere like? So somebody say, okay, they know about it. What about health first? But what they gonna do, you think they gonna do health first is all the same type of energy, or they got different attitude people? They gonna do is different attitude stuff going on. That shit is not fake. It's just the shocking is there being different people. What if somebody said, okay, the one bitch is 38, then it's another bitch, the bitch is 7, then it's another bitch, the bitch is 18. What if the bitch that's 18 said, oh, there's the bitch 38. How is that bitch gonna try to act like the bitch that's 38? That bitch don't have to do that. That bitch don't have to do that. That's what I'm saying. So the work stuff gonna be shocking. So there might would be some people out though. They might would go insane. The only people only gonna go insane is the people set for the racism. So they not gonna know like how to think like regular, like even if anything a little bit. So that's why it's just to say they were going insane. Horrible. So now let's guess it, let's pretend up. Even just to think. So let's say they have Palm Bay police. Now, how do you think the energy should go? Like, what do you think should go on? So they supposed to have this stuff be serious, but the stuff is good. But what it is, everybody finna go to church and stuff. That shit ain't fake. I don't know what the hell gonna go on. But that's why I say I'm just gonna think, like, to think what could go on a little. To think up. So I think the police supposed to be for real, but police supposed to be good. So how they make like the police can be good? Right? So the police will be looked at as good, but then the stuff could be serious for real, and then the stuff could be for horror. Then the stuff could be serious and regular. Then the stuff can be fun. So it's all gonna go on. That shit's just not fake. Because if ever, all them words exist. But some make it say, what if they saying those words? What the hell should they ever fucking think? What the hell? What I'm trying to say, all the stuff is gonna go on. So that's just for real. But what it is, things might seem shocking, and it could be things gonna be shocking though. But some might will still be shocking. And some still might be shocking. I still don't know what the hell gonna go on. But realistically, the police supposed to be good and everything, and the stuff's supposed to be serious, but the stuff's supposed to be happening. But so the stuff is gonna be all that's gonna ever go on. So somebody gotta guess. So that's when somebody just say, oh well, what do they think will go on? So they supposed to have technology and stuff, like advanced technology and fast cars and stuff. But the stuff's supposed to be good. But the stuff's supposed to be like somebody could be police, not that they's acting for that. And the only thing negative now is just gonna be the racism only. So the people that won't even be eating any of the food. So they wouldn't even be able to eat any of the donuts. So there's gonna be police and they're not gonna be able to eat any of the donuts. But they wouldn't look like anybody else that would be living with skin color. If it's any negative police, they would be the horrible ass racism people things. And that wouldn't be funny. But what it is, the horrible ass racism people things is gonna exist out regular. Like they make like days regular, but they gonna know they set for the racism for horrible. But now they will know that, so they gonna not be, the shit is not gonna be funny. Cause now their attitude's gonna be set for the racism. So that's what the hell's going on now. But the things, will they go insane or not if they's the racism people things? And they make like they's already out here and stuff. Like they know how to drive around. So somebody don't have to configure that shit out. But I think the racism thingies, they gonna be scared horrible. But they gonna look horrible. And they gonna know it. But now they might not want to act like in they things. Or in they thingy thing. They might not want to have that shit keep happening. Cause the stuff gonna be shocking. So the things wouldn't want to keep being things. That shit is not funny. So the thing's gonna go insane horrible now. So if somebody is around one of the things and it seemed like the things is upset being rude, now the thingies wouldn't want that shit. Not to think, oh, they still acting like a rude thingy. Now the thingies would not want to be no things. But they would not. And that shit is not fake. So that shit is not going to be funny. But now the things will want to have help. Horrible. That shit is not fake. But the things is still not good. So that's why the shit ain't going to be good. So, but now this shit is just say these racism things. And they set separate so somebody don't have to think to go over things attitude stuff thingies. Just know a racism thingy, they's all horrible. But what it is, like, I'm not gonna guess the stuff to like guess it right now to think like a rush about guessing about it or something or to argue the stuff. But what it is, because now people might want to think, oh, what's this gonna be any thinkings and stuff? Because people gonna be working and stuff. What the hell gonna go on? So similar like with the schools now, but the stuff's supposed to be good. The stuff's supposed to be regular. But with the schools and stuff, I don't know what they're gonna do. Because now what it is, anybody there might could be all different types of people and stuff that could ever exist and stuff. But what could I try to think to guess now? Even if I could try to think something to say. Because the stuff seems really shocking. It's see now if somebody think, oh, it's just the racism, people think it's anything negative, that shit ain't good. Then somebody say, oh well, maybe the shit would just be for a second. But not to say that's it. What the hell? That's when I could think, well, maybe the racism could be horrible stuff and stuff. But the shit wouldn't be so much. But it wouldn't. But for how the stuff seemed now, things have been now, for me to say that. But I can know that the racism stuff, if that shit were to go on, if that were to happen, that wouldn't be funny. But what it is the people things, their energy is set not normal at all. So they wouldn't even be able to watch no TV. They would go insane horrible and freak out. Cause how they said or whatever. So that's why they've had the movies closed and there ain't been that many people out. But whatever it is now, it's more so to just think that whatever people think, they're gonna be in horror. And they're gonna go insane bad. Horrible, horrible. That's why they said for the mental health first aid crisis stop. So that's what's going on now, but this is for horror. So like they haven't had any of the guy dudes or any people like wear any glasses like this. Like if somebody wears these glasses, they got like somebody's acting like threat. So now like if I were to go outside and if I were to fucking put these glasses on and look over there, that shit's gonna fucking happen one of these days. That person thing over there, they will go insane horrible. That shit is just not fucking fake. Let me fucking open up the lines. If I were to fucking go out there right now and put these glasses on, I wonder if the thing would be fake. I'm just gonna go out there and look only because I've been talking about the stuff. But if that thing is out there, hopefully the thing ain't. But this shit is not fucking funny. So now we gotta wait. Wait a minute. I'm gonna put on my sweater. But I'm only gonna fucking, like now my fucking heart rate is like fucking accelerated or whatever the fuck. Cause something's not normal with them things. So this shit is not funny or whatever. But it's because those people, they's not gonna be living. still shocking, but something is not normal. But I'm talking about all this stuff. Mom, I'm going outside for a few minutes, all right? Just in the front, just for a second. Realistically. So, but the thing is not out there. But the thing is not normal. If I were to fucking put these on and stand out here, the thing would take it as a threat. So now, like, these glasses are probably, like, dangerous, as threatening as if somebody have a gun. So those things over there, they's not normal. If I were to be out here with these glasses on and that thing was out there, they would go insane, horrible. But now something hasn't happened to them things. And it ain't nobody out. The things don't even wear sunglasses or anything. So now the newest threat is sunglasses. That shit is not fake. So somebody could think like wearing like the ski mask and stuff, like that's threatening. But now like the sunglasses, now like whatever people, they could go insane horrible. Or like whatever people could like get excited or something. I don't know. They got the stuff set like if whatever people, I don't know, but now whatever people that were the ADHD things, they just gonna go insane horrible. But now there will probably be like closed terrorism and stuff. That shit is not fucking fake. If I were to wear these at that school where I worked at, them things would go insane, the two thingies. Or the one manager thingy. But aren't the clothes fun? But some, I'm talking about for things, if things is for horror and stuff, for bad. To be like scary. So, but you know, I'm living. If anything is negative, it's just the people that ain't gonna have no skin color. So they gonna have reactions from people's skin color. They'll have reactions from everything out here. Anything at all. So it's very scary, horrible. So look at my outfit I got on. But now those people things, they stuff is set for racism and stuff now. But that thing or whatever, I don't know, like they's just not normal. So the things is still not regular, but they set for racism and stuff. So that shit is horrible. So now they could be turned into whatever things. But what it is, I know the thing would go insane bad if I was out here and they see me with these sunglasses. That shit is not funny. Now the one people things over there that make like they's in the other house things. Now they made like they always had a police car. Now the thing's gone because that dude thing would start going insane horrible from it. That shit is not fake. Now that police guy dude thing would go insane horrible from their police car thingy. That shit is not funny. So it's not finna be good. So, but even if that thing or whatever, whether they's in the house, they house thingy, they would go insane bad from other people if they's out anywhere. But now the thing would go insane horrible. That shit is not fake. Because the thing had been sitting out so much or whatever, because they wanted to see me, like they get excited. Now the thing is not out or whatever. Now they make like they don't want to have fun. That shit is not funny. That person over there, they would freak out horrible. They already threw stuff or whatever over here. Then they made like they cussed and stuff. But whatever it is, the ADHD things, now they's not gonna be able to just be on their phone like they's not shook about anything. So now if people's around, they'll start freaking out. That's what happened when I was in the post office. It was one of the ADHD things, but they energy set like they so tough or whatever, but they's not. They's trying to make like they's turning regular, but they's the ADHD things. So the ADHD things, the stitch things, they're gonna try to act like they's regular, but they're gonna go insane horrible. And they're gonna start having reactions and shit. They probably gonna start jumping up and down and screaming horrible in the stores. That shit might not would be fake. So but the stuff ain't gonna be funny. But now the energy out here don't seem like people's having fun and stuff. I don't know. But they make like they have whatever like people dudes with their windows down like they's tough or whatever. But the energy seems like they set. If they see somebody, they freak out horrible. But they would want to say something, but they don't. But they just freak out horrible. But they set tough or whatever. Right, so you see what I look like? If I were to wear these out at the school, they make like the kids would go insane horrible or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the hell this shit is gonna be. But now I don't know if that shit is true or not, or if that ever was going on. But either way, I can't help what anybody say. What the hell? Then how much do I gotta fucking guess about it? What the hell? But you see, like the thing, they gonna go insane horrible. But the thing, I don't know if the thing is even in their house thing. But what it is now, they still set for the racism. Those things over there. But they wouldn't want the stuff set separated. But now the shit is and stuff, so it's more so horror. So I don't know, the things could go insane horrible now. But they make like they's tough. So would that happen? Well, but nope, the things will go insane horrible. It's very horrible. Because now the stuff is separated for real. So the things is going to be upset. That's why the thing was outside the house so much and stuff, trying to blast the music. They don't want the stuff to be separated. They want to be like heard or whatever and seem like they's acting threatening or whatever, like they's tough on they stuff things they got. So that's why the thing was like sitting out there and stuff and like getting like different purchases stuff, because the thing wanted to be seen doing that. But now the stuff is set completely separate. And if that thing was out here, they would go insane horrible. And that shit is just not fake. That shit is not funny. So now whatever ADHD things, they're going to have problems bad. Now they're going to stress out. But they would try to act like they's not. But that shit is not funny. So now they have whatever things that would try, like, they just set horrible. They're just going to turn into racism things. If anything negative, whatever people, they're just supposed to turn into racism things. So this is like Samsung working. So this is reaching some of my Japanese followers. So my eyeballs are hurting me right now from the sunglasses. But you see the things, they like stop their car thing and then they like speed off. But it's not good or whatever. But even if they do that, no matter what they might be thinking, I'm thinking if anything, if I look at somebody and I think something seems horrible, I think they're going to be turning to racism people things. So that wouldn't be funny. But the things is not normal. It's very horrible. Somehow, like, the energy, those people things over there, I guess those things are supposed to be like whatever, mimic things. And they'll get upset horrible. So, but now if I put these on, try to like look threatening and hold my phone. But now I could try to act like that. Would somebody have a reaction? What if I did like that? Would somebody say something? Some might not be normal with whatever the ADHD things would be. Because it seemed like they would do something. Then didn't the thing knock on the door horrible? I said, wow, the thing seemed like they's upset. It seemed like they might want to knock on the door or whatever the fuck. Then the thing knock on the door horrible. Because those things is not normal over there. They don't have any private parts. And that is just not fake. Now that shit could seem like, what the hell? Well, the shit is not fake. That's why the thing is not out or whatever. And then the other guy thing don't have a police car thing. Because now that would make the dude thing he's scared horrible. That shit is just not fake. And that is just not fake. So the things, they can't even be in their own house things. They somehow set in some type of mimic things. So what it is, that thing could be in their house thing. The thing, it could be in their house thingy. That shit might not be fake. The thing, it could be in their house thingy. But whatever it is, the thing is probably in their house thing and then had a reaction. But either way, that shit will go on. So something hasn't happened with them things or whatever. But the stuff is separated. The thing was out there the other day and stuff. Because they didn't want to make for the stuff to be set separate. But they have like whatever like guy do things set. Like they just want to be seen or whatever. Similar to like the RK Empire thing. But their energy is not normal. So even if they would think, oh, they're trying to be in some type of shocking ass attitude. If anything is negative now, and somebody wants to challenge somebody that's living with skin color, that means it would be a horrible ass racism person thing want to argue with them because of their skin color. And they get angry if the person eat food. That's how the racism people things is sad. So they would make like they would just want to eat food just to like be rude or whatever. Now that shit is not normal. Now if anything, it's just supposed to be racism. And the racism people can't eat any of the food. The racism people would not be able to eat any of the food. But whatever it is, those things over there, thingy's probably over there or whatever. But they's not normal. And the other thing over there don't have a police car thing, because now the dude would get scared horrible from that. But they make like they got whatever things that drive their car, like they's whatever ADHD things. But if somebody talk to them, they would be set like they only say text stuff. Like, oh yeah, pop low, top, but they might not even be good. What the hell? No, now you see it's all the car dude thingies with all they cars. So like I'm putting on these glasses. But I think the things they want to be seen in their car things and they freak out bad or whatever. But they don't give a fuck or whatever. That's the thing's attitude, like I think. But if anything negative, it's just the racism. So the racism people would be set to want to be seen and stuff. If it's any negative energy, it's just the racism things. So the racism people want to be seen and stuff. But they can't get too close because they'll have reactions from people's skin color. But they have people set. However, but what it is, I cannot help how anybody acts and stuff. The most horriblest thing that could ever happen is if somebody's not good and they just turn into a horrible ass racism thing. Now, would that happen? But what it is, those people things over there, they set off their phone thing. And they will go insane horrible if somebody don't act how they act off their phone thingy. But those people over there, they don't have no private parts. But whatever it is, they got whatever people out driving, like they get excited horrible or something if they see somebody. But they's not good, or some seem not normal. If anything is not good, it's just the racism people thingies. And they have reactions from when they see somebody. But they have whatever people things, like they drive whatever trucks and stuff down here. But I think the things might want to be set to be tough or whatever, but they have some type of problem thingy. It's that they don't have any private parts. Those people things in them houses are and stuff. That shit is just probably not fake. So dumb people things is gonna go insane horrible. But what it is now, if somebody gets near me, they could go insane horrible and want to start talking or something. That shit is not funny. That's what happened at the fucking Winn-Dixie I was in. The dude thingy, whatever dude thingy, want to ask a question. That shit is not good. Then when I was at the post office, I was near whatever dude thingy, and the dude thingies try to take out their phone like they was tough and stuff. Cause they was gonna fucking explode, have a reaction. That shit is not fake. That shit is not funny. So now, like, whatever them guy do things, they could go insane horrible if they was near me or whatever. But if anything is not good, it's just the racism stuff. But now what it is, if somebody don't look at the people things, they's pretty much, like, if I don't look at whatever them do things is, they's pretty much getting done up probably. I don't give a fuck about any of them things. But they said, like, they just get excited for their things and stuff, but it's not even good. That's why I say it's more so like horror fuck shit junk. So that's why I'm saying I'm not guessing how people is acting so much, but what energy that it seems, some seem horrible. But now, like, if I stand out here, then I think, oh, is somebody gonna like pull over or whatever? Cause they want to talk. But it's one of the things, so they would just be on a phone thing or whatever, or the energy would start shaking horrible, and I say, oh, it's one of the ADHD things. But those people, like, dumb things over there, if there was a population that were to come back and stuff, those people, I just think they set for the racism, and they would just go insane horrible. That's all. So, but it could be for horrible for the things, though. They might feel horrible. But they just have a whole bunch of people things, driving whatever Tesla car things, and a whole bunch of trucks and stuff. And then they have, like, their windows down and stuff. Like, they said, like, they want to be seen. Then sometimes there's cars that pull over to the side, the police and stuff. But now this shit is just not funny, regardless if anybody could have any attitude fuck shit. That's what I'm trying to say. So now if somebody could guess, oh, is it different thinking energies that could happen up if something happened? What I'm saying, I'm in the shocking ass energy and stuff. I think if anything's so horrible, it would just be the racism. And if anybody is so horrible, they would be a racism thing. And then it's to just think for the racism to happen up and stuff. But I didn't talk for things that's known already, that's supposed to be good and stuff. Right, Palm Bay already exists. What about Florida? Palm Bay, Florida. Right, what's good about Palm Bay? What is good about Palm Bay? Right, so I've said about all that, like Palm Bay Mall 2 and everything. And Palm Bay Mall. And I know about Palm Bay. Palm Bay's shocking. Palm Bay's good. Right, but also what's going to go on? There's going to be worldwide racism. Now it's not to think, oh, that might what happen. So now it's to talk about it, that's going on, and people are listening. But people is thinking that's for real, because that's going to go on. That's going to go on. No, that's not fake. But look at the thing. That's the thingy over there. They'll go insane. That thing is looking at me. They's angry. It's horrible. Nah, I don't give a fuck about that thing over there. And all that thing would do is text. What the hell? If that thing was somebody, then they would be living. But that thing is not living. That's one of them things. That shit is not good. But that thing, I think, is set for the racism. And I said, oh, the Spanish people, they supposed to live back in that house. Oh, look, there's a thing over there. But I said, oh, the Spanish people need to paint the house back and stuff, and just live in that house and just have that thing or whatever the fuck, just stay outside in that spot area. And that's what I'm fucking seeing or whatever the fuck. At least the things outside in they spot thing. So they pretty much, those Spanish people that live, they pretty much supposed to just put their house, they supposed to put the house back to regular. Cause they got that house looking a certain way for that thing. That's one of the things. That shit is just not fake. So if the Spanish people that live there, if they paint their house back, then that thing or whatever that make like they had that car thingy, that's a thing. That's one of them ADHD things. That's just not fake. So that thing gonna go insane horrible now. Because those things, they set off their phone thing, but they stuff set separate. So how the thing looked at me, they's going insane horrible. I don't give a fuck or whatever. That thing is a thingy. That thingy over there. And they just have whatever guy dudes just drive around and blast the rap stuff, but they's probably not even normal. So it's horrible. So, but the things or whatever, now that thing, I said, oh, is pop out or whatever. That thing or whatever over there, they popped out and stuff. So day's probably not normal. The thing is not normal. Sometimes the thing's energy stuff isn't shaking horrible. But then they have whatever guy do things set, like they get excited horrible if they see somebody. So they want to be seen. I don't know. They's all just going to turn to racism things. But I just said, oh, it's going to be the talk of the world. Why racism? That shit is not fake. So that thing over there you see on the tablet thingy, that's a thing. And that's just not fake. That is a thingy. That's just not fake. But it's horrible. It's horrible. But somehow that thingy over there is a thingy. So, but when the things is out, they energy is set like they's going insane now. So now that thing is going insane horrible. But they's not normal. But they have like whatever, like things or whatever set, like they's already tough or whatever. But now those things or whatever, somehow they's existing. So, but now, like, they might still feel tough or whatever, but somebody could be looking at them horrible. That's why the shit is not funny. That's why, like, the shit is not funny. So, like, that's a thing over there. But the things, energy level things, somebody could think, what is they saying? Is that shit true or whatever? But that's how horrible the things, energy things is said or whatever. Because those things is supposed to be, like, mimic thingies. That shit is not fucking funny. But even still, I don't have to give a fuck off that thing over there. I have my own stuff and stuff. I ain't never seen that thing over there so much ever. So, but they got the shit set, like if somebody sees somebody, they gotta maybe act to what the person, look at their phone or whatever. Or if they have a tablet. I don't know. That's why I say, oh, the shit is not regular. I can't help how somebody act or whatever the fuck. Or however the fuck somebody act, regardless. That's why I just say the most horrible thing is the racism stuff. So now is to just guess up about that. But whatever ADHD fuck shit things, those is the racism people things. But that thing over there, they set like they's tough over or whatever and they spot fuck shit. So if I say anything, the thing wouldn't give a fuck at all. Cause that thing got they tablet fuck shit. That shit is not fucking funny. But now, whatever it is, the stuff is not fucking good. So that thing gonna want to try. That's why that thing is out right now. Cause they want to make like they's regular or something. But they's not. That shit is not fucking funny. So somehow like the things have some type of horrible problem thing. But they get excited or whatever the fuck. So then they would want somebody to see them on a tablet. Well, they's on a tablet. I don't know. But that's a Stitch thing over there. That's horrible. So I don't know. But what would go on with the worldwide racism? But that's the thing for the racism. It's been said that it's going to be the racism. So, but the racism people's energy thing is set when they's on a tablet thing. That's it. But what's gonna happen? Some might will go on and stuff where they'll start going insane, horrible from that. Because now when people go out and stuff, the things want to be out, but the thing's energy is so horrible, and they might not even care that they's being said to be set for racism, cause they just on a tablet. That's why the shit is not funny. Now that shit is just not funny. So pretty much the racism people have set off their phone thing, off the tablet stuff, but they don't even care about the stuff or whatever. They just want to be seen and stuff. But they will be turned into the horrible ass racism people things, but that shit is still gonna like happen and stuff though. But they gonna go insane and stuff because they's not gonna want to like be seen and stuff. So then they will get upset horrible, and then they will go insane horrible. So somebody could think, oh, they said like, oh, not even actual or something, so then maybe the racism ain't gonna go on. That shit is not fake. The things will go insane horrible. So it's very bad. So but what it is, like that thing, they just not finna be living or whatever. But what it is, you see how now I'm saying like, oh, this and that and that. The thing over there is not normal. So it just calls for like horrible or whatever. That's why the shit is not good. So the things or whatever, they might want to try to be normal. I don't know. But it's just supposed to be worldwide racism now. So somebody discuss about that stuff. What the hell's this stuff gonna go? But even if I could think, oh, do I know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm saying, I know it's shocking. But if it were to happen, it'd be shocking. But they just have whatever people like driving around over here, like they get excited about it. Like it's the drive off thing. Them drive off videos, that shit is not fucking funny. So I don't know. But that thing or whatever, they shaking all in their chair thingy. So however the things is set, I don't know, they's just not good. So even if they might seem like they's trying to have fun or whatever, they's not normal. And the thing over there probably don't have private parts. So that shit is not fucking funny. No, that's a horrible thing over there. That's one of them things. That shit is just not fake. But the Spanish people just gotta keep that thing out there and stuff. So that thing life gonna turn for horrible. So they just only gonna be out and stuff, outside. So then those people things over there, then they'll see that thing over there just being outside. So that thing that live over there, they's just supposed to just stay outside and stuff only. That's it. So those things over there, they supposed to make like they's gonna like be working and stuff, like work jobs and stuff. So now when those things drive, they're gonna go insane. But it ain't gonna be funny. Somebody might think, oh, they just gonna still act like, oh, whatever the fuck, be on their phone thing. That shit is not true. So whatever it is, the things will come out of their horrible thingies, and then they could go insane horrible. So that Terrifier 3 movie, I didn't finish watching that. I said, wow, well, they got into horrible stuff or whatever, fuck. But I still wanted to look at it and stuff. So it could be horrible ass things. Horrible things could pop out of nowhere right now. I don't fucking know. Or loud music or whatever could happen on. But there was a part and stuff where the one bitch or whatever was eating at the table, or make like the bitch about to eat food. Then the bitch make like the bitch gonna go insane horrible. So what it's just gonna be, if it's anything negative, it's just gonna be the racism. But the racism people gonna make like they wanna hang out, but they make like they don't care whatever if people eat any food, but then they'll go insane horrible if they see people eating the food. But then the stuff just ain't gonna be good, but they're gonna have reactions pretty much. But they're gonna try not to have reactions. So that's what was going on in that fucking movie with the one person up in there. That shit is not fake. Somebody watched that junk. The bitch thing or whoever the fuck made like they try to act like to not have a reaction. That shit is just not funny. So now that's what those people things is gonna like try not to do. They're gonna try not to have reaction. So now they're gonna turn like they have a problem. So now they might will make like they's regular, but they're gonna go insane regular horrible. I don't know. The stuff ain't gonna be good. But whatever, no matter. Even if I stop recording, things are still going on. So pretty much they have whatever horrible ass things and stuff, but it's been just shown that the things don't care and stuff. So now, even if somebody might would try to say something to things, so now people's just gonna pop back out. But now that's possible. But either way, the things are just test thingies for horrible. So then they're gonna find that out and go insane horrible. That shit is not fake. Then the thing's gonna go insane bad. And then the things might would make like, oh, they have a phone or whatever they make like, however, that's why the stuff's supposed to be racism. That shit is not fake. So those things over there, they don't feel tough or whatever, but they was never normal ever. They do not have private parts. The people, any of the people things that ever lived up in them houses, they did not have any private parts. And there's the horrible racism people for horrible. And there's the horrible ass ADHD thingies. And they's all going to be putting livestock ranches. And be putting microwaves, all of them that was in there. And all of them that ever be over there. For horrible. The things that was horrible. So, but the stuff is not going to be fake. But you see how that seemed dramatic? But that shit's going to go on. So then the thing's going to see all the videos and stuff. All these videos. Then the thing's going to go insane horrible. Then that thing just going to be outside and stuff. How the thing already is. So you see how the other day I talked about things. I said, oh, whatever the fuck. Now the stuff seems horrible. Just all over. Then they make like the dudes get excited and stuff. I don't know. So I don't even look at whatever things and stuff because it's awful. I don't think the things have private parts and stuff. But they make like the stuff is that drive stuff or whatever. Drive out stuff. But when they show the car drive stuff, for like the car show stuff or the drive off and stuff. That's how they make like it's around over here, but that shit is not funny. All them do things if they's not good. They's just supposed to be turned into racism things and not eat any of the food and go insane horrible. So, but things is still gonna go on, but now realistically it's just supposed to go back to regular now. But what it is, the things, they wouldn't want that shit to be. But the things, they don't have any private parts, so they might have had people drive the cars or whatever, like the trucks and stuff, but they might not have no private parts and stuff. Then they make like the kids get excited horrible if they see this stuff, they just start jumping and stuff. The ADHD things, but all them things will be turned into racism things. So they're gonna go insane horrible. So if somebody just stand around, the thing's going insane badly. That's what's happening with that thing over there. That shit is not funny. So I'm over here like the thing is like freaking out bad. But I think that's a different thing. They might have different types of them or whatever. I don't fucking know. Either way, I think that thing's a thing over there. But either way, that would still be horror. Is it true or not? And if that was true, then that would be horrible. So I don't worry about the thing so much or whatever, but now, like, I don't care. But at the same time, like, but now I know some hasn't happened for real, though. That's realistically probably why I'm out here, because I was just going to say, oh, forget it, I'm just being in the house and stuff, because the thing's energy stuff, it's, like, not even funny to think to, like, come out here so much or whatever. Like, not even argue the shit, because some is just horrible. It's just awful or whatever. So I say, holy crap or whatever, forget about this shit or something. What the hell? Not even the cussing stuff. What the hell? That's why I just said, oh, somebody just throw a bomb or whatever over there. Or somebody just throw a bomb. What the hell? No, somebody's fucking listening to this. I don't fucking know or whatever. You can forget that. No, this is horror probably. But look how it looks out. Oh, I got in 2x zoom. You gotta zoom this out. This is the real deal right here. So look how shocking. So you see the sun? So out here is shocking. So the people things, they gonna go insane horrible. They's not gonna be able to do good, but they're gonna have to keep doing. So that's very scary. But look how shocking. It's giving shocking. That bitch said it's giving shocking. I'm talking about shocking. Wow. But they're gonna bring back all the fashion stuff and people talk. And then there was a snake slithering around here all day yesterday. I've never seen that. And then the snake was just looking at me. Then the snake slithered and just staring at me, listening. But that snake was a VIP subscriber. But that was still true. But now the stuff is gone to Samsung Galaxy. I'm just kidding. The YouTube stuff's still gonna exist and stuff. So look at the house. So now I'm gonna make like I'm doing a house video, house tour. Now I'm gonna make like I'm doing a YouTube video. The things might pop out. Now if I say that, the things could pop out. Or a whole bunch of noise stuff could go on. They got the stuff, I don't know how this stuff gonna be. YouTube video. YouTube. I like these glasses. But you see how shocking if I don't have the glasses on? Ooh, YouTube video. But usually if my energy is calm and relaxed, then the things will fucking pop out of nowhere horrible. Or the thing will pop out, start making horrible ass sounds. The shit is awful. So look, I'm relaxed right now. Ooh, it's giving, where's the cheetahs at? So you see the energy stuff has been blown away, but the energy's still here. So what do that mean? That means something hasn't happened. So you see how it is over here? But when them things is out and stuff, now them people thingies they's going and saying horrible, but they's the horrible ass things. But they would try to act like they's normal, but they gonna exist out. But they's horrible. That's why this shit is just not gonna be funny. So look at them things over there. The shit is not funny. Look at they. Some is not good. What the hell? They shit is not good. So I remember seeing this. That means something is going to go on. So the stuff is not gonna be funny. Let me turn up the brightness. Let me turn up the brightness. What if I put on the hood? If anything negative, it's just the racism. So the reason that thing over there was making all that noise stuff, because they didn't want the stuff to be set separate. They'll go and saying horrible. Look. Now it could be them things somebody posts up or whatever, start texting. But if anything, I just think somebody be putting a microwave. That shit's gonna go on. So the racism shit is gonna be for one of the most horror stuff ever. So the bats, where the bats, look, that's from the bats. So here's evidence. Where's evidence? There's evidence. Wowzers. So the bats come from like that little black area, that little dark area right there in the corner. I seen them and they come out from the other side. So shocking. I don't know what the hell gonna go on. But look at my pimple I got. Look how I'm looking nerdy. Now I look like a little nerdy. A little nerdy. But it ain't no sounds. So now people are definitely gonna have to start popping out now. Oh boy. But what it is all that Illuminati stuff. So I've been seeing some type of female dark energy female bitch, but the bitch ain't been like out in this energy terrain. But I'm not guessing anybody else's life and stuff. But the bitch has been out in energy terrain. But whatever it is, if it's anything negative, it's just gonna be the racism people for horror. That ain't gonna be the color. But now what it is also the PUBG Mobile. My name is MoneyGod666. I'm MoneyGod666. look how I'm looking. But over here it's good. Look at the energy. Look at the car. But I've been driving the car. Then either way, I'm still alive. So what do you think gonna go on? But I'm gonna put on the sunglasses one more time. But I guess this stuff gonna be back to regular, so it's just now for people to guess up the racism stuff now. But either way, like, I don't know what's gonna go on. But now what it is, if I do social media stuff, it's gonna be set like now some people could go and say horrible, but the only stuff that's supposed to be negative is just the racism stuff. So you see, if I put these glasses on, like, it hurt my eyeballs and stuff. But whatever it is, the things, I don't know if the one thing's out over there, so they are thinking. So something has to happen to the thing. The thing is not over there. Somebody might have got the thingy. So what it is, the stuff gonna go back to regular energy and stuff. They're gonna bring back regular people, but the people things that was out, it's just supposed to just the stuff now. It's just supposed to think what's gonna go on. So those people are supposed to be putting lifestyle ranches and stuff, but no matter what will happen, they will go and say horrible, and they'll be upset horrible. So now the racism stuff gonna go on now. So they're gonna be shocking people out. So what would mimic things? Who would they try to act like? So whatever it is, they do have people things set a certain way. They set like to be mimics. So I think that's not fake to say something like that, but that shit is still not funny or whatever. So, but the things is set like they supposed to be mimic things. So that means the things might not be feeling good. That shit is just not gonna be good. So the things is set like mimics. That shit ain't funny. But now the things is gonna know that they's called mimics. So that thing is supposed to be like the top mimic thingies. The thingies that live over there. So, but now that thing would know there's a mimic thingy. So now what would the thing do? So that's the phase that things is in now. So let's say them things is called mimics. Now them things know there's mimics. If those things are supposed to make like they's tough and stuff, and maybe it said like they's mimics, now somehow done happen now to where the things will know that they's being called mimics. So then what will happen? That shit don't sound good. Then somebody say, oh hell no, hopefully ain't no fuck shit like that going on. But what if somebody said there's some fuck shit going on, and somebody said those things is mimic things, and the stuff been for horror? So then somebody say, well, maybe it's because they's mimics. Well, now the mimics, they know they's mimics. So now they're gonna go insane horrible. And that shit is just not fucking fake. That's really it. So that shit is not fucking funny. So now the mimic things know they's mimics. At least that mimic, but that's supposed to be the top mimic thing. So now what would the mimics do? But even still, the thing's energy, they set horrible. Because they's going to be the horrible ass racism people things. But I think their energy set like they don't care or whatever. So the stuff ain't going to be funny. So I'm ending this video now. That's it. Don't worry about the stuff. Just keep guessing for what is good. So somebody just focus for what they know they like. And what they want to do and what they know is good.